America! Guess what? It's now playable in Crusader Kings 3 with the help of an amazing mod after the end. Link is in the description. Just look at the detail of this map. We also have access to South America, adding to completely new areas that you weren't able to get in the vanilla game. Absolutely incredible amount of detail and a very unique challenge also. Now, where are we going to start? I think we're going to start off as the King of Mexico and see if we can create the Empire of Mexico. So we have got quite a little bit of land to try and conquer, and we have some quite powerful enemies around us as well, the likes of Kingdom of Guerrero, the Kingdom of Oaxaca. Answers on a postcard. It is what it is. I cannot pronounce any of these names. I do apologize. But we are going to start off as King Wenesclo of Mexico. He doesn't currently have an heir. Well, he does, but it's his spy master. We don't have any sons. His wife is 42 years old. So I think between me and you, we know what's going to come next, don't we? Sorry, Queen US Navy, US Navy, I don't know. Divorce, goodbye. And now we need to find a new wife, a younger wife, to give us lots and lots of sons. I mean, I'm hoping we'll be able to get the Empire of Mexico before we die, but we are going to marry ourselves to Maya Clarine of Center, who does have the quick trait, so hopefully that'll inherit to one of our sons, and hopefully we should now be married. If she rejects us, this is going to be bloody horrendous. Right, we're going to take the money. We are earning 11 gold. Right, what do we need to do first? We need to plan strategically. And it looks like our king had the same idea as us. He's gone down the strategist tree in the martial lifestyle, and we are going to go for, I think we're going to go for a little bit of authority. So we're going to continue down this perk tree, and hopefully this will make it a little bit more easier to try and conquer some of these lands. Now, our first target may be a mistake. I think we're going to go for the most powerful first, and that's going to be King Quetzalcoatl of Guerrero. So he's 43. He's got quite a sizable army, just over 3,000, while we've got 4,400. So we do have the advantage. However, I do think because we have a few daughters, we are going to try and marry them off for some alliances. Our first alliance is going to be with the Duchy of Pace and Monarca. And our second is going to be with Duke Baltasar of Guantanamo. I think that's how you say it. Now, before we declare war, if we have a look at sort of the requirement to make the Empire of Mexico, we need 1,000 gold, we need 110 counties, and we need 2 kingdom titles. Now, we can do sort of like a struggle, clash, declare war, Casus Belli on a few of our enemies, and it does give us quite a bit of land, and I suspect we'll probably be able to do that for most of our neighbors, I suspect, to be able to take most of their land, which we can, and hopefully that'll get us pretty close to the requirement of 110 counties. Obviously, we do have some alliances with a few territories that we will need to take, but we can always just divorce our wives and just backstab everyone that we come across. So our first war is going to commence. Just under 10,000 men on our side versus their 3,463 on their side. They don't have any allies. They do have a little bit of money, so they might be able to potentially call in some mercenaries if they get a little bit more. So we are going to declare war, and we are going to immediately call in our allies. Hopefully they all accept, which they do, and we do have another ally as well, which I might have missed. So this should be fairly easy. We shouldn't struggle too much with conquering this land, and we will get a nice considerable amount of land as a victory here, or if we win the war. Hopefully we'll win the war. Okay, first battle of this war is going to be against the main force of the army, and we should hopefully be able to, and with our allies coming in as well, this should be pretty cut and dry. It was a little bit closer between just our army and theirs, but we do rout them, and we immediately get 46% on the war score. So we should be able to just seize their capital, a few bits of their land, and we should get that 100% that we need.
The next day.
And there we go. We seize their capital, and we can enforce demands, and immediately you can see the difference. Lovely stuff. Next, and our new heir will be called Daniel. So our next war is going to be against Duke Aaron of Costa Grande, get some of these lands bordering the sea. So we're going to declare war, 119 prestige. I don't think we'll need to call in our allies for this. This should be pretty easy. We've got 5,000 troops versus, I think, those just under 2,000, something along that line. So we shouldn't need, fingers crossed, any allies' assistance here. And as expected, we do get the 100% by getting the war leader as prisoner. We enforce the demands, and we've got another victory on our hands. Are we ever going to lose? That's the question, ladies and gentlemen. So we have done quite a bit of expanding. There wasn't anything too major. A lot of the areas that we did conquer had fairly small armies, and there was probably no point really showing you that part because it was pretty easy. Now, we can declare war on this guy again. So we did conquer quite a lot of his land earlier on in the video. Now we can do that again, and we can pretty much unite a lot of the areas that sort of split off from our kingdom. And as you can see, we're already absolutely massive, and this will cost us just over 700 prestige, but I do think it's going to be worth it. He is in a lot of trouble, in debt, and just under 1,000 men. So we are going to go straight for his capital immediately, try and get a very quick win here, because I don't want to be spending too long fighting his, well, non-existent army. Not that it'd be much of an issue anyway. We are taking a little bit of time to get our armies up to speed, so hopefully we can get ourselves pretty, there we go. Right, we're going to immediately go for their capital, see if we can siege it pretty rapidly, and it looks like we are going to. Is this going to give us a straight 100%? It's not. It gives us 30. So where is their army? So they are sieging, or they're going to start sieging fairly soon. So we will just start going around here, just sieging a few areas, and hopefully we'll get that 100% pretty quickly. And here we go, 100%, and we are making quite a bit of ground here. Hopefully it won't be too long. We will have a look at how much more we need to get. So we have got we've got 49, so we've just got under half the amount of counties that we do need. We're nowhere near the gold that we need. We do need to make another kingdom as well. Now, actually thinking about it, making another kingdom might allow us to potentially create some new wars. So the kingdom of this place, can we usurp it? We can't. So we need to have 10 more counties of this area, and we should be able to hopefully be able to get a few of the this entire area under our regime. Now, can we declare war on this guy? We can't. It's because our armies are raised. So can we declare war on him now? So we potentially could. It is a struggle clash. So we are currently in a truce. Can we potentially murder him? I mean, if we can murder him, that would help. We can't. We are just, so that will cause quite a little bit of stress on our part. Right, where are we going to go for next? Unfortunately, we have died. King Westglow, for 27 years, he reigned. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get him the Empire of Mexico, but hopefully with King Daniel here, his son, at 25 years old, we can finally accomplish that mission. And as you can see, we are making quite a nice sort of, I don't want to say empire because we haven't got the empire yet, but we soon will. And there is a possibility, I'm hoping, that as we get stronger, some of the other sort of rulers around us will want to get vassalization from ourselves, which we were able to do with, I think, was this guy, Duke Turin. I think he ended up being vassalized by ourselves. So I'm hoping these sort of smaller kingdoms might do the same, and it'll make our life that little bit easier. Now, I am going to have to do a little bit of admin with King Daniel here. As you can see, we have got a dangerous faction potentially forming. We have got, I mean, two of them have got a positive opinion of us. So we might be able to just send a gift to these two, and 225 gold seems excessive. Maybe not. We will choose a quick lifestyle. We'll do diplomacy, which is always good because that means that will ultimately give us a potentially positive bonus on our vassals. And we will go for the majesty focus as well. And we are above our domain limit, which isn't too much of an issue. Now, these sort of bigger kingdoms on the right-hand side here, I'm not too bothered about. It's these ones on the left that I think are going to be sort of fairly easy pickings. As I said, as long as if we keep getting these kingdoms, some of them will want to be vassalized, which will make our job that little bit easier. So I'm not too sure who we're going to go for first. I'm probably going to go for the smaller ones to start with, and then go for sort of the bigger ones. Like Duke Gaspar's got just under 4,000 troops. Ultimately, we are going to be more powerful than most of these. I'm not too sure if we have any alliances. It doesn't look like we can actually have a quick look. Do we have any alliances? We're allied to our brother, so we are going to have to try and find a few. Hopefully we'll have a few daughters to marry off for these alliances. But let's start having a go at these lot, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, it's been quite a long time since we last spoke, but we are very close to finally being able to unite all of Mexico. The only thing holding us back is the money, but we are making quite a bit of money per month, so that shouldn't take too long. But if I am right, this should be the last thing, or the second to last thing holding us back for the Empire of Mexico. Am I right? Empire of Mexico, and I am correct. The Empire of Mexico is soon to be created. It took quite a while. As you can see, there are two party poopers in Baggio and Mikoran, who hopefully we will be able to conquer through de jures when we do get the Empire of Mexico. But we were able to vassalize a lot of our neighbors after we were able to create kingdoms and stuff like that. It did help that King Daniel is very, very good at diplomacy, so we were able to go around the tree that increases acceptance of vassalization and all that good stuff. Speaking of which, we do have a perk report. We'll just put it here. It's fine. It's fine. So we need to save up. Once I get rid of all my army, we're making just under 19 gold per month. So realistically, hopefully before Daniel dies, we will be able to create the Empire of Mexico and see it in all of its glory. And we can finally create the Empire of Mexico. We get 500 prestige, and it costs us 800 gold instead of the 1,000 because of one of the traits that I did pick. So we're going to create the title Empire of Mexico. Here we go, and we are a mighty emperor. The Empire of Mexico is born. Now, are we going to be able to offer these vassalization? No, we are not. That is a little bit annoying. We can't even do any sort of exemptions. So despite the fact that we are the Empire of Mexico, we still have these massive annoying things in the way. We can't really conquer them that easily either. Can we conquer these lot fairly easily? Duchy, I mean, we can, but it is going to cost us. What's it going to cost us? It's because we've got a truce. I mean, we'll see how long it takes. We'll give it maybe a few more years in game, and we'll see if how we get on with trying to get these two, because it would be quite nice before we end the video to get complete sort of turquoise green across this entire map. That'd be quite nice. So let's see if we can do that as a mighty emperor. The final piece of the jigsaw is about to be complete, and we will offer vassalization, and hopefully any day now he has accepted, and we are now fully united. The Empire of Mexico. Unfortunately, we weren't able to do it as the original king, Wenesquelo, but we did do it as his son, who is 65 years old, so he's probably going to pass away fairly soon. If we have a look at the world, as you can see, I can't really remember if much has changed. We have California down here. We have the Great Coast, some very interesting kingdoms that I'm going to be honest, don't really know the name of. We have Florida here, Tennessee there as well. If we have a look at South America, we obviously have Brazil, who seem to be the sort of the dominant force in this area. I can't see anyone else of particular renown, should we say. I don't think there is. No, so it's Brazil, and then obviously ourselves, sort of in between, and then California. There's not really a standout. I suppose you could say Seven Council Fires. Very interesting name. But yeah, I would definitely urge you to go and try this mod out. It's absolutely brilliant. Really, really interesting. Lots of cool things you can do. And of course, you can start with any of these characters, and you can sort of do your own thing. So yeah, link will be in the description, but thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourselves, and of course, if you have enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a cheeky comment as well to maybe say what you'd like to see in the future. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.